and welcome everyone. It is Donna Gray here, your Stamping Up demonstrator from the scenic Rim in Queensland, coming to you live on September the 30th. I can't believe it's the end of September today, and we start the 1st of October tomorrow, and that is a brand new Stamping Up year for us. So it's the end of our Stampin' Up year. So lots has happened in the last Stampin' Up year, but I'm super excited. We will be starting a brand new chapter again, starting tomorrow, for the next Stampin' Up year. So when you get the notification that I've gone live, please jump on, say hello, let me know where you've been watching from. I'm just going to go live over there in Instagram land, which we have done that. So welcome everyone. Bree, you're on first. Welcome. Lovely to see you. So this is part 2 of my 12 Days of Christmas series that I'm holding. So I do have a special. If you order during the month, during the 12 Days of Christmas program that I'm doing, the series that I'm doing, if you order $150 or more, you will get a special gift from me to say thank you for enjoying the 12 Days of Christmas. And thank you to everybody that are the new subscribers to my channel. Thank you to everybody that are my regulars that watch me all the time. And I'm super excited to be doing the 12 Days of Christmas. Margaret, you made it. You said that life was getting in the way, but you've made it this morning. So welcome. Lovely to be here crafting with you again. And I'm going to do 5 videos this week. Can you believe it, people? I'm going to be back and I'm going to be doing a video every day this week showing you some great Christmas crafting. So I'm going to be using all of our different Christmas bundles that I have, and creating some great fun things. And I'm also going to be using some of the other older ones. If you're someone that hasn't bought any brand new Stampin' Up product, we might be able to use some of the ones that are still current that are in our annual catalog as well that I have. But we are going to be using the Modern Christmas Suite today. Now, the reason why I wanted to use the Modern Christmas Suite today, it is actually the suite of products that I will be using for my 2-day craft retreat. So if you haven't heard about my 2-day craft retreats and you are thinking that you might want to get in on the action, there's the QR code there on the bottom of the screen. It is 2 days of action-packed fun. You get 8 pre-designed projects that I do. You get a PDF tutorial showing you step-by-step how to create the 8 beautiful designs. You get a full pack of the paper. You will get some cardstock. You will get the gold rings that go with this suite. You will get some gold foil. You will get ribbon. You will get embellishments. Actually, the ribbon is going to be the twine. So they've got the black. I've got some of it here. The black and gold. And then the other one, I don't know, I think it's white and gold. So the twine that goes with it, that will be a part of the Christmas retreat. And you can get a retreat in a box. So if you are somewhere that doesn't live in the scenic rim, that can't travel and come and spend the weekend here with me, then you can always get a retreat in a box shipped Australia-wide. So I apologize to everyone that is overseas. I will, after the event has happened, I will give people access. If you wanted to purchase the PDF tutorial off me, I'm more than happy to sell that after the retreat has happened. After everybody has had their fun, I will release that for my international viewers if you're interested in that. The craft along party has been absolutely awesome. My Christmas craft along party that we held last week. If you wanted to still get access to that Christmas craft along party, you aren't too late to the party. You can still get access. If you want to scan that QR code there on the screen, that will allow you to register. If you're an international viewer and you want to get just the online content, I do have that for $35 Australian. You can actually access the 10 gorgeous projects that we did in our craft along, and it was super, super fun. So if you are interested in doing that, if you're someone that lives in Australia and you've seen my sneak peeks that I did last week about the gorgeous projects that we did, you can still scan that QR code there and be a part of the Christmas craft along. I will add you to the Facebook group and you will have access to that Facebook group until the next time I go to do a craft along. And the next time that I go to do a craft along probably won't be until about January next year. So you'll have access probably right up until the end of December. You also get access to my annual catalog craft along party that we did back in May. You will get access to that as well. So you get double whammy, really. You get the Christmas craft along, and you also get the annual catalog craft along that I did as well. So you get access to that while you're a part of the group. I didn't take any of that out of the group. So that's one of the things with my craft alongs, and we will keep adding to that group. So we will keep adding all the craft alongs to that group. So it will get better in value as we go along. I've decided to keep all of those craft along projects in there. So it's great to go back. You may have some of the suites or some of the bundles that I used in the annual catalog craft along that will give you some great creative ideas as well. I'm all about trying to help you with your creativity and giving you lots and lots of ideas for projects to do. World Card Making Day is coming up this weekend. If you are someone that wants to Theo was in here just a while ago, Elizabeth. He was actually standing in the doorway, but now he's disappeared. He took off and went somewhere. He's doing really well. So Elizabeth is asking me, how's my boy Theo going? He's doing very well, and he's loving the fact that he's got another person in the house that he can share his love and affection with. So he's sort of like, oh, well, if she's not giving me attention, I'll go to the other person in the house. So he's thinking it's great to have an extra person in the house. So World Card Making Day is coming up this Saturday. We have a day that is designated just for us on World Card Making Day. And I will be crafting and creating and hanging out with people here. We're doing a card buffet on the Saturday morning, and then I'm going to hang out and do the Stampin' Up event that we have in the afternoon. If you're someone that would love to do some card making on World Card Making Day, please reach out to me. I would be more than happy to give you the link to be able to register for the World Card Making Day event that Stampin' Up are actually putting on as well. Theo just walked into the craft room, Elizabeth, just after we were talking about it. He's now smooching my legs underneath the desk. So if you're interested in coming, please let me know. If you're thinking about coming to World Card Making Day this weekend in person, please let me know, because I will be cutting the kits this week. So I need to know exactly the numbers to know how many kits I will be cutting for this week. So if you're interested in that, please scan the QR code there or use the link that's in the description of the video. The only other thing, the last thing I wanted to, I've got two more things. So 2-day Christmas craft retreat. I will be using the suite that I'm using here today. So if you actually fall in love with this suite and you want to have more crafty inspiration, you may want to get a retreat in a box. It is really, really awesome. It costs $260 for the retreat in a box, but you get everything that everyone gets in person except for me in person and the in-person event. But you're able to craft along. You will get the stamp and die button. So you're going to bundle. Where's those words going? The ornamental Christmas is the stamp and die bundle that actually goes with this suite, but it's the gorgeous black, white, and gold suite. So I'm going to change it up a little bit today, because you all know me. I like to change up the colors, and I like to not be traditional. I like the fact of modern Christmas because I think it's great, because it's not the red and green like normal. It's the black, white, and gold, which absolutely attracted me straight away. But also, I want to change it up a little bit today and throw a different color in, so you can see that you don't have to stick to the black, white, and gold either. Okay, so I wanted to let you know you could do that. If you're interested in the 2-day craft retreat, it is closing today. Registration is closing today if you want to get a retreat in a box or you want to actually get a retreat in person. So please scan the QR code there on the screen or use the link in the description of the video. If it turns out that the registration closes, please reach out to me personally. Don't just think, oh, I've missed out. Please reach out to me, because I'm sure I can work something out for you, okay? And the last thing I wanted to talk about is, of course, my craft shirt design. So I'm going to stand up to show you this one. This one says, this is my crafting shirt. So these are the gorgeous shirts that I sell in my Etsy store. I've got the QR code there up on the screen. I don't have the link anywhere else. So the only way that you can actually get that link is on the QR code there on the screen, but you can scan that QR code there on the screen. You can go over and have a look. I've got some great World Card Making Day shirts over there. If you're thinking about decking yourself out, not quite sure. I mean, in America, you may get them before World Card Making Day. I think here in Australia, you've probably missed the boat, but nothing better than getting a shirt to actually remember World Card Making Day and wear it proudly to celebrate that we have World Card Making Day designated just for us demonstrators. So if you want to check out my crafty designs, if you are someone that has earned the 2026 Alaska Cruise incentive trip. I also have some incentive trip cruise shirts. So if you want to look really good on the cruise and you want to scream out to everybody on that cruise ship that we are crafters and that we crafted our way to earning that Alaska incentive trip cruise, please head on over to my store and check it out. I've already sold multiple craft shirts already. So there's going to be a few of us on that cruise ship that's going to look really awesome and sharing our love of crafting with others. So if you're interested in that, please make sure that you jump on over to my website and check out what I have. Or otherwise, you can actually just buy some nice crafty shirts. So it's really nice to actually show how proud we are that we are crafters, because we are a definite breed of our own, I'm sure. I'm sure you will all agree. Oh, no worries, Elizabeth. Catch you later. You can catch the replay. All right. So now we're going to get into crafting, because that's what we're here for. And I want to put that disclaimer out too for the incentive trip earners. 0.1%, whatever it is, 0.1% of demonstrators achieve that high level. It's not the normal practices of everybody that joins Stampin' Up. So I do have to put that. I do have the disclaimer down there in the bottom of my description as well on the video. Hey, Glenda, Vicky, lovely to see you. Nancy, lovely to see you. Bree, we've got Jill, we've got Sue, lovely to see you, Sue. I said yes to Nancy. Marilyn, lovely to see you. Deb, thank you for joining. Margaret, lovely that you can come and hang out with us. So we are doing part 2 of our 12 days of Christmas. So this is part 2. If you didn't see part 1, go back to part 1 after this video. You want to hang out here and see the fun on this video, but go back to part 1 and rewatch it. We did a never-ending card. If you haven't made a never-ending card, then please make sure you jump on over there and check out that never-ending card, because it is super, super fun. All right, we are, hey, Leanne, Linda, Christina, lovely to see you. Okay, so we are actually going to jump in and start our gorgeous card. So as you can see, I've got the ornamental Christmas stamp set. It's got the die set that's in my die packet. A lot of people ask me, how do you store your stamps? And that's actually my stamps and dies I actually store in the die packet as well. And I'm going to use Pretty in Pink today. So I wanted to change it up. I always love a pink Christmas card. I love a pool party card, and I love a pink Christmas card. So Pretty in Pink was what my choice was today. I'm going to use these gorgeous gold shaker stars. I'm actually going to use those for my embellishments on my card today. And we're going to make a really fun, easy, fun fold card. So let's get into what we're going to do. So first of all, I'm going to cut a card base, and I'm using my basic white thick cardstock. So I'm going to cut a regular size card base. Now, if you are in my basic foundations of card making, the one that we do, Rose and I do a basic foundations of card making together, you will know what our basic cardstock, our card bases are. So you will be using your regular card base. And I know I do refer to that all the time, but it is a fantastic group to be a part of. And you get access to having the, oops, daisy, I've got some dimensional stuck to it. You get access to, and now I've got dimensional stuck all to my fingers. These are dimensionals out of a kit that was sitting on my desk, and they've now decided to stick all to my fingers. So this is real live TV, isn't it? So you get access to the card templates, and the card templates helps you when it comes to creating your cards. So whenever you see someone that is in a different country to you and you want to recreate their card, you can physically, as long as you know what your card base size, your layer sizes, and that's what these templates do. Now, for everyone that's in our basic foundations of card making, you get access to these templates every single month. You have access to that. We put the videos and everything and all the cutting guides into our group every month. So you will get access to that. So just because you weren't in the basic foundations of card making at the beginning doesn't mean that you have missed out. You definitely haven't missed out. So I'm going to fold my card base in half, and I'm going to burnish it with my bone folder. So I've used my paper trimmer there to guide where I'm actually going to fold that in half, and then I'm going to burnish with my bone folder to give a good crisp fold to my card base. So it's great because you can line up your edges nice and straight, and it's really great to be able to do that using your trimmer. So I've actually used my trimmer as a guide, butted it up there, folded it over to get it nice and even and straight, and then burnished my card. All right, so to create this fun fold, I'm actually going to now, with the front of my card base, I'm just going to fold back on itself. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to fold that card front back on itself, line it up with my fold, and do that. That is all I'm going to do. So we've got like a little bit of a Z fold type of thing happening there. All right. So now I need to cut I'm going to cut a piece of pretty in pink, and I'm going to do that at 5.5. And I've got to see what I need to do that at. That is 2 inches, so we're going to do it 1 3/4. 1 3/4 is going to give us a really nice layer to go on the front of that card. So we're going to do that right there like that. Okay, I also need another piece of basic white that I'm actually going to add another layer of basic white over the top of that. So let me just grab a piece of basic white from behind me. Okay, so that is now going to be, we're going to do that at 5 3/8. And it was 1 3/4, so we're going to do it at 1 5/8. And that's going to give us a really nice layered up piece to go onto that beautiful, pretty in pink. Okay, Maureen, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining. Debbie, lovely. Thank you. And thank you for sharing. Judy, thank you for joining. Thank you for your birthday card. I'm so glad that you got your birthday card. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. You're welcome. All right, so I'm now going to take that Christmas tree, and I'm going to create some designer series paper just for the front here of my own. Okay, so I'm not a big designer series paper person, so I don't use a lot of designer series paper. I like to create my own. Okay, so I really, really love creating my own paper like that. So I'm actually going to take my pretty in pink. I'm going to take this gorgeous tree stamp, and I'm going to stamp it. Now, when you're doing something like this, if you're stamping off the edge, oops, and I need to turn it over because I just mucked that up. If you're stamping off the edge, let me get over here and stamp it properly. If you're stamping off the edge like this, don't so I like to do some stamped off, some not stamped off. Hang on, I grab a scrap piece of paper. I just want to show you what happens if you don't, if you want to do a stamped off image without re-inking, what actually happens is you will get a definite line. So I want to show you this. If I wanted to re-stamp that without re-inking, can you see that? Can you see how we've got that line here where this is full strength and that's not? Because you've stamped off the edge. So if you want to stamp off doing something like that, what you've actually got to do is ink it up, stamp it off, and then go back on and stamp it on. Okay, so that you get, and now I've done a halo. But anyway, I'm going to ink up. I'll stamp over the top of that so we can't see that halo that I've got. This stamp does this quite often. So now I want to stamp off, and it doesn't matter because I haven't stamped off the edge of my paper, so I can actually do it that way. And let's stamp off and put some more on there. And I think I'm going to do full strength over here and full strength here. And I'm getting a halo. I physically see how large that is. I'm going to cut another bit of cardstock. I'm gonna do a bit of stamp surgery on this because I don't like that happening. And I think the last time that I used this, the same thing happened. I'm going to show you what you can do. So see how I'm getting the halo. Can you see here? I'm getting the halo there. I got another halo up there. It's because when you can see how they've die cut this, can you see how one edge of it has like way more around it than what this edge does? That actually gives you when you press down, you end up getting a halo. So I'm going to do a bit of stamp surgery. Now, if you don't want to cut your stamps, by all means, don't do this. But if you don't want to have that happening to you all the time, you can do this. So I'm going to cut around, and I also am cutting at an angle. And cutting at that angle, I can go in a bit closer. Cutting at that angle, it is allowing us to get rid of the excess that's on there that we don't really need. And it will be awesome for us to be able to use now without getting the halo. So let's do that. Let's go. This looks like it's got a little bit too much on it over here. Okay, so now I'm going to ink up. Let's cut another piece of this cardstock so that we can show you how good it is once we've done stamp surgery, how good it is when we actually have it going the right way. And now I'm sure this is the bit that I use. So let's go 1 5/8. Let's double check that with our layer that it's going to fit properly. And a double check. And that is the correct size. Yes. Okay. So now I'm going to go again. So let's go. We're going to ink up. We're going to stamp down. Look, I've got no halos happening whatsoever. I can go in and stamp randomly and enjoy stamping and not have to worry whether I'm actually going to get that halo from happening. So if you have stamps that are doing that, you can actually go in and do that. Okay, so all I'm doing is just creating a little bit of designer series paper, ink off and stamp over there, ink off and stamp over there. And I might just ink up and stamp the tail end of it there. And I might ink up and stamp the point up in there. Okay, so we've now created some gorgeous designer series paper that is going to go on our layer. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? We've just created some designer series paper. You've had a few cling stamps very similar. Yeah. And so be careful not to cut your stamp at all. But just by cutting off that excess overhang, it stops the drama. And now I've got no glue. I really need to get a new bottle of glue in my craft room here so I don't have this drama. We may end up having to use Seal Plus the way I'm going. Hang on. This one has glue in it. I'm positive it has glue in it. And the reason why I don't get out a new one is because I know that there's glue still in there. Ugh. And there is glue still in this one. Let me see if I can do the pin. The pin might make it work. There we go. Some's coming out. There we go. Now it's away. Look at all the glue I just put all over my desk. Now it's coming out with a vengeance. Ah, gotta love it, haven't you? Let me grab a baby wipe and we'll wipe that up. One thing I discovered the other day was I used my Stampin' Mist. We were talking about this on a training call this morning. I used my Stampin' Mist to clean my desk, clean my glass mat, and it cleaned it up perfectly. I used to always use spray hand sanitizer, but the actual Stampin' Mist cleans it up beautifully. So now I've just used my liquid glue and I can wiggle that around. You've got a little bit of wiggle room to wiggle it around and get it sitting exactly where it needs to be. I've got glue everywhere. I've got it over my hands. It's not like me to get glue everywhere. Let me just wipe my hands now. I'm like, ugh, I hate it when I get sticky glue on my fingers because it went crazy and went everywhere. I'm still seeing glue spots. Anyway, all right, so we've got that happening there. Now, there's a gorgeous die in this, which is this beautiful star. And I love this star. And we also have a circle die that is in here as well. So I thought what I might do is actually cut the star out of Pretty in Pink, because I want to stick with the Pretty in Pink theme, but I thought I might cut a white circle and pop on the front here and then cut a Pretty in Pink star over the top. So let's bring in the cut and emboss machine. We'll close up that ink pad. Okay, so we'll have white cardstock for the white circle, and we will have Pretty in Pink for our star. Okay, so we can cut those out together. Got that, and let's find my cutting pad. I've got some very warped cutting plates here, so I'm trying to get them to warp back the other way. So when you have cutting pads that are curling up, keep rotating them and get them to flatten out, because like as you can see, this one here, it's very curved. So keep rotating them. They will eventually flatten out and go where you want them to go. Let me do that. Okay, we'll put that back over there. All right, so we have our circle cut out. We have our star, and I will grab my taper pick with the brush tip on. If you don't have one of these, it is fantastic. Look at it. It gets all of those pieces out. Then it has, oh, I haven't got the pokey tool on this end, but then it has, I have to use my other one. I've got the stylist on that end, and then you can poke it out. So the brush attachment, and you can buy them to go where your putty is, or get a second take your pick tool and add the brush tip onto it. I'm telling you, it is definitely worth it. Okay, let's pop those back in where they need to be. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon around this here. Actually, no, I'm going to add it on the star. Let's just add this straight directly onto our... Now I've got my glue that's not working again. It must be this one that was working everywhere. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we're going to add that to... This is the easiest fun fold, I think, out of all fun folds. So simple and easy, because you don't actually have to measure. You can get it to do the fun fold without measuring, without doing anything, and it's super, super easy. So we're actually going to pop this in the middle here, and that's actually going to fold out when we fold it like this. It's going to fold out there like that. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to pop some dimensionals on the back of my star. Also, sorry, I'm going to do something here on this circle. So we've got some sentiments here. It says, "'Tis the season, Merry Christmas." I actually want to just stamp the Merry Christmas all over this as a background, so that we're still getting a background stamp as well here. So let's grab our ink again. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ink up. I'm going to stamp off. Where's my scrap paper? I'm going to stamp off the edge. So I'm just more or less doing this as a background. Now I'm going to stamp off and stamp back on. Oh, and I just got a halo. Let's go again. This stamp set is really, let's go again. I need to do surgery on it everywhere. Stamp off and there, and stamp off and on there. Okay, all I wanted was to have a little bit of a background. Can you see there? I've got a little bit of a background on there, and all right, Leanne, I don't know whether that message is supposed to be on here. I've been trying to help your brother find a doctor. He said he hasn't talked to you in ages, unless you're talking to someone online, or whether you're actually thinking that the message is there and it's actually come out here on the YouTube, on the Facebook. Anyway, we will now pop some dimensionals onto the back of here. And for some reason, I've lost my mini dimensionals and I'm not quite sure where they've gone, but we will create some mini ones with the edging piece on here. So I'm just going to trim into my edging pieces here, and we will get some minis for the, no, you're right. I just looked up and I'm thinking, I don't think that message is for us. Facebook's like that. You can be on Facebook and you can be doing something and thinking you're messaging someone, and it goes to whoever the person is that's talking to you right there and then. Gotta love Facebook, haven't you? Does my head in. All right, so I'm just putting those little tiny ones on the tips of my star because I want my star to sit there pretty solid. So I'm adding the little, if you had mini ones, you would put your mini dimensionals on here. As I said, I've got no idea where my mini dimensional sheet is. It's probably out in my craft studio, and I need one more. So let's cut one more for the other tip. There. I met a new lady this morning, a new customer that came and wanted some catalogs, and she came and chatted with me this morning, and I so love meeting another crafty person, a new crafty person who agrees. Isn't it fun when you actually get to meet new crafty people, you know, like and when I was talking to her, it's so nice. She loves crafting just as much as what I do, and she's new to, well, when I say she's new to the area, she moved here 18 months ago. So yeah, it's great. I've just added another new crafty friend into my circle, and I love when I actually get to meet people like that. All right, so I'm going to mount my star onto that circle like so. And then I'm going to add some dimensionals onto this because I want it to sit up. I want it to sit in the middle of my card. So I'm going to add dimensionals just on that side. And that's how far out that circle is going to sit. And I'm putting quite a few dimensionals on there because this is actually going to be the working mechanism, or what people are going to hold on to open and close the cards. So you want it to be glued on there pretty well. All right. Oh, and did I do my dimensionals in the wrong spot? I think I did. Ugh, I'm going to have to change. What have I done? Because I just looked at where the Christmas is. I'm going to have to do it over there. That's all right. We'll do it that far, that close. All right. So we have that. And of course, you can see here, we've got a really easy, good, fun fold. So now what I want to do is I want to take a little bit of these Christmas trees and still add a little bit more here on to this part. So I'm going to stamp my Christmas trees down in the corner. So we're going to do that. I'm going to stamp one off there. And look, since I've cut that, it's so good that I'm not getting that halo, which is wonderful. I'm going to stamp off, and I want to stamp a second one on there because that gives us a look like we've got trees fading off into the distance. Now, I also want to pop a sentiment in underneath where this circle is. I want, when it opens up, that it's going to reveal a sentiment, okay? So what I typically like to do is either make a pencil mark, a very faint pencil mark where your circle is going to sit. You can do that, or you can eyeball it, but I can make a faint pencil mark there, and there. And that's going to tell me, as long as I stamp within this area here, it's definitely going to, I think I'm going to do Merry Christmas in there. I think I'm going to do that. Let's do Merry Christmas in there. So that's going to be, we're going to reveal Merry Christmas. Okay. Now you can see here, it closes up, it covers up that, and then when it opens up, we reveal it. Okay. So, hey, Michelle's, had a lovely lady check out my YouTube channel yesterday while at a crafty session with a client. Well, that's awesome. Now I'm going to rub out those pencil marks so that I don't have them there. I'm using my sand eraser to do that. You could use a normal rubber to do this. I only have the sand eraser here on my desk. So you love the die. It's gorgeous, isn't it, Merlene? I love it too. So I actually think I'm not going to pop a sentiment on the front. I think what I'm going to do is just use the ribbon that I have out, where did I put that ribbon? After all that, I had a roll of ribbon out here. There's a full roll. Where did I have the open one? I've got my stars as my embellishment. Oh, the open one's right here near my hand. Can you believe that? Right here near my hand. All right, so I'm going to do a beautiful bow in the middle of my star. And this ribbon is gorgeous because it is that veil-y see-through ribbon. So it's not too overpowering. But I'm actually just going to do a small bow. I don't want it too big. I'm happy for it to be just a little small, cute little bow in the middle of my star. Just want to do that one more little bit. Okay, so we've got a cute little bow there. I'll trim off those ends like so. So we've got that to sit there in our star. Isn't that just too cute? All right, let's use a glue dot for that one. And then we will use these gorgeous star shaker stars. Okay, so for my shaker stars, what I like to do is shake a couple of them out into the lid like so. Oh, and that's like way too many in the lid. But anyway, we've now got them all over the desk, which is what happens with shaker stars or shaker anything. I think always happens, but it's great that our fingers can pick them up easily. All right, so I'm going to do that. Now I want to scatter these stars over the card just to give it that nice, cute little bling. So I'm going to use my glue and I'm just going to work out where I want to put some. So I want to put a couple here. So I'm going to put a couple of glue dots there. I'd like one there. I think maybe one up here, maybe one there, maybe one there, and maybe a couple here. And I think that's going to do me. All right, so I've got my glue dots there. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool with the putty on the end. Is this a good putty one? I think I've got the worst putty one. Let me grab the other one that's got better putty on the end. That one's got better putty. All right, and if anyone wants to know, I have several Take Your Pick tools. I think I have probably about 4 or 5 Take Your Pick tools. And I love it that way because they are super exciting to be able to, I have them everywhere. All right, so I'm just going to drop those little stars, and this one's a little like a frame of a star. So I'm going to just drop that into my glue dot. Just give it a little bit of time to dry, but I'm just dropping them into where I've popped the glue dots on and pressing it down into my glue, and the glue will dry clear and you'll have some gorgeous star embellishments on your card. Okay, so we've got another one up there, another one here. These are actually what I will be using in my retreat. So if you are coming to my retreat, you will be getting these gorgeous star shaker elements. And now I can't get rid of the putty off there. All right, so look at how cute those stars look like on there. How awesome is that? All right, so of course you all know the one thing that I always finish my cards off with is a little bit of Wink of Stella. So let's squeeze a bit of that down. Let's flick our wink all over our card, opening it up, flicking it on the inside. And that is going to give beautiful shimmer and shine to the front of your card. Look how gorgeous that shimmer and shine is. Hopefully you can see it there in the lights. But there you have it. A really easy, quick, fun fold. It reveals the message as you unfold it. And that is project number 2 in my 12 days of Christmas. So hopefully you've enjoyed that today. Thank you very much for all of you joining me here today. Thank you very much to anybody that's going to be watching the replay. You never think to make your own DSP. And honestly, Merlene, it is something that, oops, I've got a bit crazy there with my hair. It is something that I've done for many, many years. So definitely something to think about. So when you have some great stamps, especially snowflake stamps, tree stamps, anything that's a pretty pattern, flower stamps, you can make so much gorgeous designer series paper, and no one would know that that is not designer series paper. Like, I know what's going to happen. People that are going to make this card, they're going to go, where's that paper? Where did you find that paper? We made it. You just purchased the bundle, Sue. You're going to love it. It is gorgeous, but change it up. Change the coloring up. I know, Bree, you love coloring. I mean, your color schemes and things that you do, you absolutely love coloring. Change the colors up. Like, you're very adventurous, Bree, with your colors. So think about when you've got something. Don't stick to the traditional stuff. Change it up. Let's start a new revolution and start changing up those Christmas colors, and let's trendy it up and get some gorgeous Christmas colors. Apparently the Christmas trends this year are purples. That's what I've been told. It's purples, really bright, vibrant purples and metallic purples. Hence my YouTube thumbnail that is on my YouTube channel. Yeah, very, very beautiful. So I might have to get into some purples and violets and things. I know I tend to gravitate towards pinks, but maybe I could do some violet type of colors. So just remember, if you order $150 or more during my 12 days of Christmas, I will actually be sending you out a special little gift from myself to say thank you for your order. Any of those orders, I really, really appreciate it. As of tomorrow, I will be starting to work towards earning my next incentive trip, and also building my community. We have an awesome starter kit special that's going to be starting tomorrow. There's two choices. One is $60 that you get $235 worth of product, and you only pay $60 for the starter kit. I mean, that's just crazy. Like, has anyone ever only paid $60 for a starter kit? Never, not that I know of. In the whole time I've been with Stampin' Up, it has never been that cheap to purchase the starter kit. So I'm telling you, if you have got Christmas crafting, now is the time to join and get your crafting products at a discounted rate. Sorry, tomorrow's the day to join at a discounted rate. It is $60 for $235 worth of product. You choose your $235 worth of product and you only pay $60. Or there's the added value option, which is the normal regular $169, but you get to choose $344 worth of product, which is huge. So depending on whether you got a big shopping list or a small shopping list, whichever way you want to go. If you're budget friendly and you never thought that you could afford to join Stampin' Up, I'm telling you, once you join Stampin' Up, you are going to realize how awesome it is to get the discount and how we get so much more being a part of Stampin' Up, because you get all of the specials and your discount on top of that. I mean, like, it is definitely the best way to buy your Stampin' Up products. So if you love Stampin' Up products, come and join my Wild Heart Crafters team this month. We want to start a revolution. We want to build our Wild Heart Crafters community as much as we can. We're setting records this month, starting October. We want to see how many people we can invite into our Wild Heart Crafters community. So if you don't belong to a crafting community, come and hang out with us. All right. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you all again tomorrow for part 3 of my 12-part series of 12 Days of Christmas. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you all.